You know what surprised me most when talking to Sarah, age 78, last week? She wasn't worried about her retirement savings or her health. Instead, she smiled and said, "I finally understand what real wealth means at my age." What she shared next changed my entire perspective on successful aging. And today, I'm going to tell you exactly what Sarah discovered. The 5 things that matter more than money, more than status, more than anything else between ages 65 and 80. Let me share something shocking. Recent studies show that only 12% of people in their 70s have all 5 of these things. But here's what's fascinating. Those who do report 3 times higher life satisfaction than their peers. They sleep better, they worry less, they actually look forward to each day. Take Richard, age 69, from Ohio. 6 months ago, he thought he was falling behind in life. His neighbors were buying new cars, taking luxurious cruises, posting fancy vacation photos. But then he realized he had something many of them didn't: 4 of these 5 crucial elements. Today, he wouldn't trade places with them for all the cruises in the world. Stay with me, because what I'm about to share isn't what you'd expect. These aren't the typical markers of success you've been taught to chase. They're subtler, deeper, and far more powerful. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly where you stand. More importantly, you'll understand why having even 3 of these 5 things means you're winning at life after 65. Grab a pen and paper. Check these off as we go through them, because what you're about to learn might completely change how you feel about where you are in life right now. Before we dive into these 5 crucial elements, let me share something important. When I started researching what truly matters after 65, I noticed a pattern. The happiest, most content seniors weren't necessarily the wealthiest or the healthiest. They had something else, something that made their lives rich in ways money can't buy. You see, society often tells us that successful aging is all about financial security and physical health. While those matter, they're not the whole story. What I've discovered through countless conversations with people in their 60s, 70s, and 80s is far more interesting. Think about this. Every day, you probably worry about things like your retirement savings, your health, or whether you're keeping up with others your age. These concerns are natural, but they might be distracting you from recognizing the incredible assets you already have. Today, we're going to look at 5 specific things that research shows make the biggest difference in life satisfaction after 65. These aren't just nice-to-have extras, they're the foundation of what I call real wealth in your golden years. Here's what we'll cover. The 1 thing that matters more than money in your bank account, 2 daily habits that separate thriving seniors from those who just survive, the social connection that's worth more than any retirement fund, a surprising mindset shift that changes everything, the often overlooked asset that 70% of seniors don't realize they have. Each of these elements is practical, achievable, and most importantly, within your control right now. Some of you might already have several of them without even realizing how valuable they are. As we go through each one, I want you to think about your own life. These aren't abstract concepts, they're real, tangible things that you can measure and improve. Whether you're 65 or 80, whether you live alone or with family, whether you're retired or still working, these 5 things apply to you. Remember, this isn't about comparing yourself to others or feeling bad about what you might not have. It's about recognizing and building on the strengths you already possess. Because when you understand these 5 elements, you gain the power to enhance your life in ways that really matter. Thing number 1, circle of daily purpose. Many people think retirement means finally getting to do nothing. But here's what research from Harvard Medical School reveals. Seniors with a daily purpose live an average of 7.5 years longer than those without one. This isn't about having grand ambitions. It's about having a reason to get out of bed each morning. Meet Tom, age 73, from Michigan. After retiring as a high school teacher, he felt lost. His days became an endless blur of TV shows and naps. His health declined, and his doctor noticed increasing signs of depression. Then, something simple changed everything. His neighbor asked him to water her plants while she recovered from surgery. Those plants became his daily purpose. He had to get up, get dressed, and show up, not for himself, but for those plants and his neighbor. Here's your action step. Start small. Choose one daily purpose. It could be making your bed, watering plants, calling a friend, or taking a morning walk. The key is consistency. Same time, same task, every day. The second thing that separates thriving seniors from others might surprise you. It's not about how far you can walk, but whether you can move independently in your own space. Barbara, age 68, from Florida, noticed she was becoming afraid of her own bathroom. Getting in and out of the tub seemed riskier each day. Instead of addressing it, she started showering less frequently. This affected her confidence, her social life, and eventually her overall health. Research from the National Institute on Aging shows that 80% of seniors who maintain independent movement in their homes stay there an average of 8 to 10 years longer than those who don't. The key isn't being athletic, it's about smart adaptation. Barbara worked with an occupational therapist to make simple changes: a shower chair, strategic grab bars, and daily balance exercises. Now she moves confidently through her home. "I'm not training for a marathon," she laughs, "but I can take care of myself, and that's worth more than gold." Here's your action step. Identify one movement that's becoming challenging in your home. It might be getting up from a chair, stepping into the shower, or reaching upper cabinets. Don't ignore it. Instead, look for simple adaptations or tools that can help. Start with 5 minutes of balance exercises each day while holding on to a sturdy chair. Thing number 3, financial peace of mind. Now, this isn't about being rich, it's about something I call enough money, having sufficient funds to cover your basic needs without constant worry. This single factor affects your sleep, your health, and your relationships more than you might realize. Meet Janet, age 76, from Arizona. She worked as a librarian all her life, never made a huge salary, but she did something remarkable. She created what she calls her peace of mind fund. It's not millions, just enough to cover 3 months of expenses. She doesn't have luxury, but she sleeps at night knowing she can handle an unexpected bill. Studies from the National Council on Aging show that seniors with even a small emergency fund have 60% lower stress levels and better health outcomes. It's not the amount that matters most, it's the security of knowing you have a buffer. Your action step is to start building your peace of mind fund today. Put aside just $10 a week. In 1 year, that's over $500, enough to handle many unexpected expenses. Look for one regular expense you can reduce and redirect that money to your fund. Thing number 4, the connection currency. The fourth element might be the most valuable of all, having at least one person who checks on you regularly, not out of obligation, but out of genuine care. David, age 70, from Oregon, thought he was fine with his independence. He had his routine, his TV shows, his crossword puzzles, but when he fell in his kitchen, it took 2 days for anyone to notice. This wake-up call showed him the difference between independence and isolation. Research published in the Journal of Aging Studies reveals that seniors with just one regular social connection have a 50% lower risk of depression and cognitive decline. The key finding: quality matters more than quantity. Your action step is to identify one person you can establish a regular check-in routine with. It could be a neighbor, friend, or family member. Set up a simple system, maybe a daily text or a weekly coffee date. Make it consistent and reciprocal.
The final element, separating thriving seniors from others, is perhaps the most powerful: the willingness to adapt and try new things. This isn't about major life changes, it's about small adjustments that keep you growing. Consider Margaret, age 82, from Illinois. When arthritis made her beloved gardening difficult, she didn't give up. Instead, she switched to raised beds and container gardens. When reading became challenging, she discovered audiobooks. Every problem has a workaround, she says, if you're willing to look for it. Recent studies from Stanford's Center on Longevity show that seniors who regularly adapt to new situations maintain better cognitive function and report higher life satisfaction. It's not about keeping up with technology or trending fads, it's about staying flexible in your approach to daily